It is my privilege to remark on this important legislation, which was drafted and formed based exclusively on my firsthand experience as a federal prosecutor and the very real problems that are exploited by illegal criminals who not only commit crimes here in the United States, but return here time and time again, even after deportation, to do the same. And I begin by commending Congresswoman Bice for her dedication and her assistance on this important piece of legislation. In working with law enforcement for nearly a decade, I was honored to investigate, to try, and to convict many different people who committed many different types of crimes. Of course, this is in no way exclusive, but one of the lifebloods of organized crime is illegal alien criminals and the criminal liberties afforded to them by an open border and weak law enforcement. In its most basic sense, this problem comes down to a simple cost-benefit analysis for the illegal alien criminal. Whether the crime involves drug trafficking, organized retail theft, entitlement fraud, human trafficking, violent crime, or some other type of crime, the benefits of self-enrichment and the very low likelihood of being apprehended and seriously punished encourages a heavy flow of criminal actors and criminal activity from coming into this country. This reality is best seen by the repeat criminal aliens, and again, the repeat criminal aliens, those who are caught, convicted, deported, and return illegally time and again. In my own experiences, I have personally spoken with, face-to-face, illegal aliens who commit crimes and illegally re-enter the country 10 times or more. One drug trafficker, an illegal alien who had been deported numerous times, poignantly responded to me when I asked him, "Why do you keep returning to the country?" And he said, "Why wouldn't I?" The original version of this bill was drafted after a 32-year-old woman was tragically murdered by an illegal alien who had several felony convictions, not charges, convictions on his record. And he had been deported from the United States 5 times. Tragically, her case is no longer an outlier in this country. It happens repeatedly and far too regularly. Our tolerance for this ongoing harm has fully expired, and this bill aims to reflect that. This bill's purpose is to target, again, the illegal aliens who are here to commit crimes with efficient conviction and with significant penalties. This will, of course, deter aliens who are deported from returning here illegally. And to achieve this, there are some very basic constructs in this law. First, if someone is here illegally and they are convicted, not charged, they are convicted of a felony, that alone makes them eligible for a separate federal crime that carries a minimum of 5 years in prison. And then secondly, if someone is deported and they return here illegally, they are no longer capped at 2 years in prison, but rather the new maximum would be up to 10 years. And then lastly, if an illegal alien is convicted of a felony, deported, and then returns illegally, they would face a charge of minimum 10 years and up to life in prison. The premise of this legislation, with the reality that anyone who is in the U.S. illegally is guilty of criminal conduct, of course. But what triggers these penalties is illegal reentry and/or a felony conviction. Yes, we need the wall. Yes, we need deportations. The President has shown that these steps are critical and essential and effective. However, these measures alone are insufficient to deter and properly punish committed criminals who come back to the United States. With this bill, we change the cost-benefit analysis for criminal illegal aliens, who will then conclude it is not worth it to come back here illegally, and it is certainly not worth it to come here to commit crimes. It's time that the illegal immigrant criminals know that our tolerance for their presence and their illegal activity has expired. I look forward to the coming discussion. I welcome your questions. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.